All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another free chat with G tournament. I'm V Zakat here, ready to commentate. Looks like we're just about ready to start. And this seems to be game 3 for our opponents, Dawnvenure and Hyruler. So, loser of this match gets sent to the losers bracket. So, of course, no one wants that. Clawing out of the losers bracket is never a fun experience. So good luck to both of our runners. I'm excited for this. Hopefully we can get good match. Of course, with HMG, there's going to be a lot of glitches, a lot of overworld glitches, and a few underworld glitches. So we'll talk about them as they come up. So both starting at Link's house, just piece of heart. Look like I am not good at doing map checks. But it looked like it was a pendant at Eastern. I couldn't tell if it was green or not. I'm usually very slow and methodical with my map checks. Blue male on the ledge. Looks like Dawn is going for it, while Hyruler is doing our clip into the river to check Hobo. Or our guard stopping Dawn. Hobo's a heart container. I always like to get health a little early. I think with glitches you can get into more difficult areas a bit quicker, so with our overworld glitches. Since we can do a lot of overworld glitches, our Sphere 1 checks is a lot bigger. So, Hyruler doing our swim clip, you can kind of just move against the slope in the water a certain way, and it just allows you to swim through all collision in one direction. It's quite interesting. Just a heart piece there as well. Alright, Bonk Rocks, also nothing. So, like as I said before, because our Sphere 1 checks are so much wider, certain areas we might put off, particularly Kakariko, whereas with no major glitches, that's probably the most item-dense location. Now you also have like Paradox and other things open up right at the start, so it's not as likely to get you progression. So we tend to put it off more until we can get like a bottle or flute powder, some other thing we can do there to combine our trips and not have to go back so much. So Hyruler checking the Zora ledge. It is a glove, which is very nice. Interestingly, in glitch categories, we generally only need one glove to beat seeds. The only location locked by mitts is King's Tomb, whereas everything else we can get to without a glove. Well, I guess Cold Stare also, but for the most part, any location can be gotten to without mitts that generally requires mitts. Actually, I guess Cold Stare is only gloves. Scratch that. All right, very quick check on the Lumberjack. I also did not see that. But we did get the mirror. I was kind of focusing on the swim clipping and Hyruler checking the Zora area that I missed where Dawn picked that up. Probably in the, a tracker telling me that heart piece on Lumberjack, so nothing too extraordinary. But I'm guessing the Lost Woods had the mirror. Back of escape. Nothing of importance. Dawn choosing to do the Lumberjack DMA instead of the Old Man DMA. We'll have to come back and get the Old Man item later. And of course, as always, early money is nice. Another heart piece as well. Interestingly, since we do have the mirror... Oh, is this an early pod play? This is quite interesting. Maybe a little dangerous, yeah. He still could have gone for it with the blue mail. Bombs are only going to do half a heart of damage, But that's one of the interesting things about the HMG is that there is a bomb clip that allows you to... this rock might get in Dawn's way. Yeah. But there is a bomb clip from that cave that leads to pod, which means an early pod play is very possible. Yeah, and unfortunately, because Dawn didn't get the old man save spot, he can't go straight to the mountain and try again. So I'm wondering if he's just going to go to Kakariko now from here, or is he going to go back up the mountain? This looks like the Kak play. Hyruler picked up his mirror as well. Ooh. Red rupees from the crab. So that's a way to get money. Ah. The lumber mirror was in the sink. All right, blue boom. I think your opinion on booms depends on how many glitches you do. The more you like glitches, the more red boom becomes a good thing. Whereas if you don't like glitches, then the blue boom is preferred. Although no glitches with red boom in this category, so... Hyruler also choosing to do the Lumberjack DMA. I'm not a fan of it just because I don't like leaving the old man, but if you're already at Lumberjack, it's more efficient. No, it's Hyruler. Okay. I thought he was going to do the pod play, but seems not. In glitched modes, it's more important to try and learn the dark rooms without a sword, as we tend to like to use the sparkles. Nice bottle, meaning we can get Sick Kid without having to come back. It's always nice to not leave any things. Just a 20 though. Old man is only 5, but getting that save point is very nice. Already on red mail. This Hyruler will only be on blue since he skipped the other mail. So Hyruler trying this clip down to Graveyard Ledge. Kind of difficult to do with the rocks going. You have to do it a little slower when you don't have a sword. Gets through it okay. Getting 2 bottles out of this whole Hyrule venture, though, which is nice for Dawn. We're going to be clipping down to Desert now. Hyruler after doing the Graveyard Ledge DMA. It actually offsets your camera a little bit so that when you fall in a hole, it immediately gives you Houlihan, which is really nice. You don't need any extra setup and can get that money and puts you near Hyrule Castle. So it's very common to do that or go south to South Shore. Hyruler choosing to do Saha, more than likely, while Dawn is checking her desert. Desert also being a Sphere 1 check. And Eastern as well. Even glitches, even from the start, we can have a lot of divergence in routes, so... But since Sphere 1 checks can be rather important, you usually see people kind of just check what the others did. Alright. Saha was nothing, so... Right now, it's looking like our next item of progression is either going to be South Shore or Paradox. Or it could be somewhere in the Dark World. We have the mirrors that does give us access to a few checks in the Dark World, particularly Village of Outcast and Skull Woods. So Dawn using the B. I love B strats. So uh-oh. I really threw the bomb the wrong way. Alright. That's all of our checks for deserts we can do for now. And we get a mushroom. Gotta love a fetch quest. A little unfortunate that Hyruler was just by Eastern. There is a teleport you can do to get straight to the witch from that area. Would have been nice to combo, but... And we have our second glove in K45. No one likes early myths, because early myths can often mean Ice Palace. There's a clip in the first room in Ice Palace that allows us to get deeper into ice without having to kill the Freezor. So it is possible some early progression could be somewhere deep in Ice Palace. And with the current loadout, Ice Palace doesn't seem very fun. Granted, red mail does help, but... And of course, if ice is a pendant, or if ice is a crystal, it's going to be a double dip, which... No one likes double dipping ice. But yeah, as far as progression items, the only thing we have are mirror and our gloves. Gloves and bottles from different locations. Hyruler with the mushroom turn in. It is just arrows. Picking up a blue potion. Probably going to be using that for a fake flute. If you use blue potion at the same time as you transition on an overworld screen, it'll actually activate the flute. And you can actually do that in the Dark World as well, giving you a chance to do... I'm not sure where Hyruler's going with this. Oh, just King's Tomb, right. It was looking more like the back of Escape Swim, so I thought, he already did that. I feel like I would have taken the money to Zora, but since you're by the Witch Hut, but going to, doing that from Paradox is also possible. Meanwhile, Dawn going through the Old Man Dark Room. The slow dash. Alright, Hyruler. Gonna finally do their Dark World, or Kakariko check. So things Dawn could do here on the mountain. He could do Paradox. He could use the mirror to, I guess he's doing the graveyard check. So Dawn did this transition up and down again to actually fix the camera. As I mentioned before, doing the DMA will set up for the Houlihan. Since he fixed the camera, falling in a hole will not do that. So he's going to be going to Back of Escape from here, so that won't give him Houlihan when he falls in the hole. I don't know. Current good plays from here would be maybe like the Pyramid into Hyrule Castle. I think would be a good play from here. So I'm just wondering who's going to do that. Dawn's probably doing South Shore. Yeah, well, Hyruler's continuing to clean up the Kakariko. This is kind of the point where the players are doing what the other ones did earlier. They're just like switching places, trying to get all those early Sphere 1 checks. I feel like there's always a good amount of progression in Sphere 1, so it's kind of, you don't want to abandon those places. We still have a lot of Sphere 1 checks, though, like Paradox and Pod. I miss those. The flippers under the water. Kind of a ironic spot for flippers to be. So I approve. All right, more B strats. Does flippers give us anything? I suppose with mirror and flippers, we can get the first check in swamp. That doesn't sound fun, but it's a thing. Dawn going to be doing the run over the Ice Rod Cave, getting his money. I don't remember how much it was. He'll probably be doing the Zora area after that, get his mitts, and check whatever Zora is. Well, Hyruler's going to be doing desert. But yeah, our current equipment loadout is starting to get some maybe slightly concerning plays we could make. I'm not sure how our players' play styles, how much they like to do spicy kind of plays or not. I don't think we'll be seeing the ice play from anyone early, but stuff like that can definitely give you an advantage, or you could just end up shooting yourself in the foot. I am excited to see what Zora has. A lot of runners like to put off Zora or just skip entirely because of the aforementioned fake fluting. You need blue potions for that. So generally you don't want to just burn your money on Zora if you wanted to use a blue potion for a fake flute. But we have a lot of money, so that's not much of an issue. Alright. Malmo into chat saying that Dawn likes to avoid spicy plays, so probably no early ice. Just 1 rupee from Zora. Just complete insult. You give him 500 rupees and he just tosses you $1 back. Mitts means an easy way to get to Dark Death Mountain as well. I guess Dark Death Mountain was already in logic because of Mirror, but now it's a lot easier to get to. I don't think anyone's done the Hyrule, or the... What's this dungeon called? Hera, that's it. I don't think anyone's done the Hera check yet. The front items are absolutely nothing. But yeah, this is going to be checking the Paradox. A lot of items here. We got Floating Island Paradox and Spiral Cave, so a lot of good stuff to check. Yeah, you got to get a little bit more to the left on. A little more to the left. A little more. Oh, that's good enough. Yeah, there's like a random ledge down there that you can jump down through. You have to be kind of on the left side to get through, so... You're in the middle of the invisible ledge thingy, I don't know what to call it, but then you won't end up jumping down far enough to get past the rail. It seems Hyruler is probably going to be following in Dawn's footsteps, going towards Paradox. We're having some discussions about Dawn's sprite. At first it annoyed me, but it's kind of grown on me now to now, and makes me happy to see it. I'm not sure where it's from, though. Anyways, we've got lots of checks in Paradox. Let's see what comes up. This is one of those things, it's like where I'm expecting something to open the seat up a little bit more. Looks like Hyruler is probably going to be doing a fake flute. They bought a blue potion earlier, so... I'm a little surprised of doing this instead of Paradox, personally. Half Magic's nice. Oh, doing a YBA. Or not YBA, a mirror wrap. I'm not sure where this leads to. Stan from Okage Shadow King. I always thought it was like the scary guy from A Hat in Time, but I suppose I don't play enough games to know these obscure sprites. Very interesting mirror wrap to Super Bunny. Very exciting. I love to see things like that. I'm not too familiar with different mirror wraps and World YBAs to where you can go to. We got an ice rod from it, which is very nice. Getting our map checked. Pod and Thieves are our pendants. I guess TR is a red crystal. You just gotta love Pendant Pod, right? Especially when it's Sphere 1. So that ice rod is nice, but it's in a pretty easy to find location, so it's not any kind of major advantage or anything. I know sometimes when you get your ice rod hunt, it can be nice to find it in some obscure spot. It's like Dawn's going to be going down to Eastern. Checking... I don't think they've checked Saha yet. I wonder if they'll go into Eastern as well, or if they'll just save and quit from here. But yeah, no more progression items so far from all these early checks. So I'm thinking it's going to be in like the next sphere, or it's hidden in pod somewhere. Village of Outcasts and Skullwoods are also open. So we'll see which area we'll be choosing next. Dawn into the Dark World. I'm wondering if Hyruler's going to go check Zora after this, since he didn't save and quit from there. That's the only other thing I believe you can do from up here. Is Dawn also setting up a mirror wrap? Seems I don't know the HMG meta. When did mirror wraps become so popular? Uh-oh. Didn't quite get it right, though. Seemed to get stuck in some collision. Hyruler checking TR. I forgot this is also a thing. We have a few checks in here we can do. The big key chest and chomps at the very least. That's not many checks, but it is possible for something to be here. If the big key shows up in one of those, we can go back to Crystal Roller as well. Alright. Dawn setting up the, I'm not sure what to call it, but you misplaced the portal so that you can get into Pyramid Ferry. I'm not sure how they're going to kill this Pokey just with bombs. That doesn't seem fun. Yeah, that's one thing that can be a little difficult about these seeds, is that with glitches, if you don't end up getting a sword early, you could be put into a position where you have to do a lot of difficult things with low equipment, no weapon at all. I feel like, well, they were able to get it, so. So, Dawn taking a purposeful death. After placing the mirror portal, you can't save and quit. You have to either death warp or just move to the location of the portal. Since we did the kind of that map wrap, putting the portal in the wrong place, our camera's kind of messed up, so it takes a little while to get to where the portal is. So just taking the death warp and save and quitting is a lot better. And there's our Samaria. Really unfortunate for Hyruler just going into TR without that. That could have given at least the I'm not sure what that, the map chest maybe, that front room also. It's like Hyruler back into the Dark World. I'm not actually sure where he's going to go. Actually, I'm not sure. Oh, he has his blue potion now, so he's going for the YBA, the fake flute. Much easier way to get down the mountain than doing the slow mirror method or interesting. Messes it up though. Save and quit to keep your potion while Dawn is continuing through the escape. Escape has been not really anything at this point. So we're going to try one more time for our... Actually, maybe doing the mirror wrap. Get the mirror out again. To the heart in Zelda's cell. We did get the hammer, though. Yeah, my apologies for missing items when they first come up. I'm using the tracker mostly. Keeping up with two runners at once can be difficult. But hammer is... What does hammer open up? I'm not sure what hammer opens up. I don't think it opens up anything too spectacular right now. So, Hyruler got his... the fake flute, and gets the fake... their Super Bunny state. And from there, if you do an action that Bunny normally couldn't, particularly grabbing the pull of the tree, you just suddenly turn into Link. As long as you don't do a transition to the underworld, you stay as Link and get all regular Link abilities. So we're probably going to at least open up the brewery. Or just going straight in. I figured you would bomb the brewery and then check that. I don't believe Thieves Town is in logic. This is not in logic from just a bunny. So this is kind of one of those out of logic plays, which I feel like setting up for the in logic stuff as well would be nice. Brewery technically isn't in logic either, but also unfortunate to come into Thieves Town without the hammer. Dawn on his bunny jaunt. Going to be doing our fake flute as well. So we just need to do a transition to pick us into the Dark World. We'll see how Dawn does this Dark World. adventure. Also choosing not to open the brewery. Is that just something I do? Hyruler got hit by a bunny, and when you have that kind of fake Link state, you end up never turning back into regular Link. So it has to do our bunny revival. When you die in the Dark World, you're brought back as Link. Is this a spicy Pearl seed? Very possible. There are a lot of places Pearl could be right now. Pearl could be in Skull Woods, an easy place. Pearl could be in Ice Palace. I don't know. Whenever I see early mitts, I definitely think it's ice. So, as we're continuing to go, it seems like there's just less and less options. So it might be the ice play. Of course, as I mentioned before, ooh, lamp. So that's a fire source. That actually puts Landmolas in logic, I believe. Ah. And with Mitts, this also puts the Meyer area into logic, as Dawn is setting up a teleport to get up to the portal. Also forgot about that. So that puts Meyer Shed in logic. We'll also get our pendant check, which is nice. Quake for our entry. We currently don't have any medallions, so... Trying to set up this Super Bunny. If you mirror the same frame you hit the transition entering, that's how you get Super Bunny. We're also getting the Fire Rod. Oh no. This seed is just getting worse and worse. With that Fire Rod and Hammer and Mitts, that puts Cold Stare in logic. So there's that. As well as Bunny Pocket is now in logic to get to the back of Escape. So now actually Mothula is also in logic. So our options of where we can go and what might be open is not very fun. It looks like Dawn is kind of seeing the breadcrumbs. Gonna go to the Ice Palace now. Still in hunt for this Moon Pearl. Moon Pearl will make Dark World traversal a lot easier. Yeah. Nice Magic Bat clip. Magic Bat is in logic since Hammer was in Escape. Hyruler not having the Hammer as of right now, though. But the Map Wrap is actually not in logic anymore, I believe. Oh, Sword for Moth. That is true. I guess in my mind you could always bomb the curtain, but I guess that's not a thing. I don't know why I thought that was a thing. Hyruler with the very difficult mummy room. Probably top 5 most difficult rooms in NMG. Debatable, though. I'm sure someone will argue with me for saying that. Oh, yeah. Also, other Tom mentioning in the chat that we could do Trinex between the 2 players, the items they have, Fire and Ice Rod, Samaria. So, this seed could be very, very bad depending on where this Moon Pearl is. I suppose technically it is possible to beat seeds without the Moon Pearl, but it's a lot slower. I'm not sure if our runners are going to be trying to do that or not. Yeah, asking about the Moth Curtain. I believe in Sortless, it's just the curtain is not present. Of course, in a vanilla game, you just have to glitch past it. Completely unrelated, but I'm learning swordless right now, so that'll be fun. Not really anything in Skullwoods, so that's not where our progression is. Our dip into ice hasn't really proven too useful yet. Two shields, no sword. I also don't like seeds where you have, like, no sword. Doing things swordless is not fun. So let's see where Hyruler is going now. Looks like setting up the mirror portal misplacement thingy to do Pyramid Fairy. We'll probably do Hyrule Castle after that, getting their hammer. This is one of those unfortunate things where, since they already did the Graveyard Ledge into Houlihan, that doing that again is kind of not beneficial, so we just have to take this death. Ironically, when you want to die, those cabbages just run away, but when you're trying to get somewhere, they chase you down. Alright, we're still going to get the Samaria over here. Alright, we've got our Cold Stare fight. Our first boss. Exciting! But half magic is definitely going to be helpful, because no one wants to do hammer Cold Stare. Unable to bunch them up though, only getting one hit on the on hits on one puff, but the blue potion coming in clutch. And there it is, the Moon Pearl on Cold Stare. That's very good. It could have been a much worse Moon Pearl, so looks like our Pyramid Fairy is giving blue potions. So now that we have our Moon Pearl, where do we go? We still need... Uh-oh, mirror bonked. We still need weapons, right? We still need 2 swords for Ganon, and that would just make our life easier. We still need a lot of items before we're in go mode, so we can't really think about that yet. We still need Hookshot for Swamp Palace. We need Medallion for Mire. We need Bow for East... No. We need Bow for... Do we need Bow? Pod and Eastern are both pendants. If you don't want to mimic clip, I suppose. I'm not sure if how well our runners are at the mimic clip, but that would definitely cut out an item we need, which would be very beneficial. Using that Moon Pearl directly to go to check this hype cave. We'll see the level of hype. The level of hype is non-existent. Thinking about what the next best play would be. Like, we could clean up some of these early dungeons. Like you can do desert, you can do... Actually, I believe from... We never checked the big key chest in Tower of Hera, so we're not sure if the big key is down there or not, or if we're going to have to go through that from Meyer. If the big key is upstairs, then it's logically required to come from Meyer to open up Tower of Hera. But sword preventing us from doing Skull Woods. So we just have our ice kill right now, and then Dawn can go back to get the ice rod from Super Bunny. He'll be able to do Trinex. So we still need a few more items to kind of really open up this seed. Alright. Hyruler opening up this door in Dark Cross. We do this because we can use the key from the key rat in Hera, actually. That you can clip from Hera to the Dark Cross area, and then get that key from the key rat and use it in Swamp, meaning we don't have to go from Meyer to Hera, Hera to Swamp, and you use a Meyer key for Swamp. So it can be useful. It's not always necessary, but it's good safety and a good backup. I believe in the last HMG tournament, I actually lost a race because I didn't set that up, so... It's good to do. It doesn't take a long time. If you have that key, open up that door. Hyruler clipping into pod. It is pinned in pod, so we don't need to beat Helmasaur. We're in cave state, so we have 255 keys, or -1 keys. We're going to use one of those extra keys to open up that front door. It makes routing a little bit easier. Honestly, of all the years I've played Rando, I never learned pod key logic or good routing and knowing when not to check stuff, so... Hopefully Hyruler knows it better than me. Because I just check everything every time and lose time. Of course, Shooter Room is the key. That's why you don't open that when it's in cave state, because if you do get that key, you go from your 255, aka -1 keys, to 256, which is 0, which means you have no more keys and you have to, like, reset. I'm pretty sure pod key logic is impossible to understand. Anyone who says they understand it is lying, I believe. Alright. Dawn probably going to be doing the Smith chain from here. That seems like a really good play to do. You have mitts, easy to pick up, do hammer pegs as well. Not sure if you would pick up purple chest as well. You kind of want to because you're not going to be in this area any other time, but it's not the best thing to do. Picking up their lamp. My favorite item, but that's because I do glitches with the lamp. Not allowed in this mode. Hyruler doing our potion glitch to unlock... I'm not sure if they got it properly. So they're going to set it up once again. I'm not sure about the details of it. I just kind of walk and use a potion, but we've got the camera unlocked so we can walk our mimics off the screen. So when the mimics are off the screen, the game thinks, oh, they're dead, so open the door. Even though they're just a little bit away. I'm not sure of any visual indicator of if it works or not, so I'm not sure what made him think it wasn't okay, unfortunately. Hammer pegs is nothing, though. save and quit with the chest. Gonna go turn that in. It is a little unfortunate to use that red potion. Not too concerning about health, but it's always nice to have a potion. I mean, if we wanted to do our rail clip and pod, we need that potion. Of course, totally the worst idea in the world. And there's our first sword down in the, I don't know, dark room and pod. Finally. Our smith chain ended up being nothing of significance. Picking up a sword is really nice, though. Let's see where Dawn chooses to go next. I feel like beating Moldorm. Actually, we can't do that. We can't climb yet. I'm really wanting to do that, but we would need at least hookshot to Harapot or coming from Meyer. So, Quake is holding back quite a lot, too. Oh. Was Quake in pod? I see it on his tracker. I am just not keeping up with these items. Dark Maze Northwest. Okay, so pod's going to be a pretty important play. Dawn taking the Samaria and the hammer to check the basement of GT. This is a solid play. I'm not sure if you're going to want to actually beat this. The left side is technically not in logic because we need the hook shot. I believe the compass chest is the only thing in logic. I think it's the compass. I never remember which one's the map and which one's the compass. Either way, right side is open and in logic. It is the map. Since you never get those in NMG, I just think something's in there, some dungeon item. I'm wondering how long it's going to be until Hyruler finally makes that play into ice to get the Moon Pearl. They still can do a lot without the Moon Pearl, but it would make things a lot easier. Well, I do know that bomb jumps aren't in logic, so like things like the Stalfos room and I thought everything after the Fire Snake room weren't in logic because of needing the bomb jump to get across, but maybe I'm wrong. And so because this is a glitched mode, GT does not have any junk filler logic, so progression can definitely be here, and it's not like only one or two things. So with it being such an item-dense play, this is a pretty decent thing. Even checking things out of logic, you just need to be aware they're not in logic and not... But it can prevent double dips. Probably not going to be seeing a climb. I'm not sure how much... We did see Dawn do the hover, or attempt the hover, but doing the Moldorm hover is not the easiest. No sword for the Moldorm bounce, so probably no climb of GT. Looked like Eastern ended up not being too important. Yeah, swordless climb and swordless Agatu. We do have the net, though. Dawn could definitely do some net strats. Ooh. Hyruler also making this GT play. Going to have to do a citrus clip to get in, though. the bunny citrus is not the funnest thing to do, and technically isn't in logic. I'm wondering if he is aware that Moon Pearl is probably in ice, and they're just trying to avoid it. All right, gets it pretty smoothly, though, and gets in there. Just needs to do our bunny revival. I missed Rando Room while I was watching the citrus clip, but nothing popped up on the tracker. But yeah, because of needing to hover Moldorm 2, I don't expect to climb. Although it could be one of those terrible seats where something important is up in the Helmasaur room. Or one of those very concerning hookshot is up there. They are in logic. It's just no one wants to do that. Doing arcane strats here. Not enough magic to kill all of them, though. Looks like... Oh, we have another blue potion. Never mind. Cane strats? Oh. Was Big Key in Rando Room? If so, that's good knowledge to know that we don't need to do the climb. As I said, I missed Rando Room, so... Hyruler doing our... tile room? Since there's no junk fill in glitch categories, it's much more common to see people do the tile room. Since Hyruler does not have the fire rod, cannot check right side. I guess doesn't want to try and do the bomb jump with lamp. I guess that means from Hyruler's perspective, a lot of this is out of logic. The door. Did he open the middle door? Yeah. Tile room last in HMG does seem a little strange. All right, GT got us the book, which is could lead to something, but because we don't have swords, we can't really get any items that are there. So it's kind of could be a precursor for items we might need, but not actually getting us anywhere new. I'm thinking our next progression might actually be TR. I was reading chat and missed what it said. So Dawn going to be checking over here in TR. I don't think Hyruler checked the chest in Hookshot Cave? I don't remember. Oh, Big Key was in Rando Room, so yeah, nothing upstairs. Or Hookshot not upstairs, at least. Dawn gonna get that ice rod. We've got our one check-in Hookshot. With the flippers, it's also possible to do catfish and then do the swim clip back up to... Looks like Dawn's going to try and hover, getting this Bari out of the way first. This is a pretty far hover, so not the easiest hover to do, but can definitely net some big gains if you can make it. Gave it a few tries, but it doesn't seem like it's happening, so kind of giving up on it. I don't know. Personally, I like the Catfish check. Looks like they're going to be setting up the mirror wrap for TR. So moving down here, you jump over, puts you right on the spot you need to be. So we do our mirror wrap, walk right, puts us on a ledge, we jump down, and puts us on the laser bridge. This mirror wrap is not in logic, but we do have the logical access to this area, I believe. I mean, with Samaria, Fire Rod, it should all be open. We've got our Fighter Sword, Ice Armos. Ice Rod also does damage. There we go. Does more than Fighter Sword, so. Armos is always annoying without the bow. I mean, if you have Blue Cane, it's not too bad, but any other item just makes Armos terrible. I'm really enjoying this Star Ocean 2 music, I just want to say that. One of my favorite games growing up, so just digging the soundtrack. Alright, Hyruler finally making this play in the ice. Gonna eventually get their Moon Pearl off of Cold Stare. I guess that's one thing on the tracker that Dawn needs, the Ice Palace completed. Yeah, Fire Rod was in Meyer Shed. Pretty sure it was. Wait. Yeah. Hyruler won't be able to get the Moon Pearl. Since it was on Cold Stare, they have no way to actually beat Cold Stare, so this is going to end up being a fruitless venture, I suppose. So it's going to be very unfortunate too for them having to do this Ice Palace double dip. Very, very nice bomb strats for the Pingator room. Good old Taj So bombs. My goal in life is to have a technique named after me, but that'll never happen. Shoutouts to Taj though, one of the most knowledgeable people about glitches in the community. So, we're going to check our roller room, and then probably just mirror to go and do Trinex. That does leave the big chest. I don't believe he got it. Trying to avoid these Freezors while falling in. Thankfully, they can't hit you while in a hole, so able to get by. I believe Hyruler only has the Iced Tea room left. While Dawn is going towards Trinex. A good old hammer Trinex. I know there are a few items that actually push back the Oh, this anti-fairy is not cooperating. Just wanting to get some health for the fight, but there it is. Get our magic full. With double magic, it should be okay to take out the heads. Hyruler, not happy that Ice Palace has ended up being nothing. Probably going to be kicking themselves once they find the fire rod. Hammer fight going well so far. First head taken out pretty smoothly. Alright, gets the second head down. Hyruler now going to be checking Zora since he left it earlier. Didn't have the money. Did the very early Zora check. Alright, and Trinex is down. Let's see what comes up for that. And it's the... Oh. Oh no. That puts Ped in logic. So, could we have a Ped seed? It's very possible. Also, I need to step away for 1 second, so I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Although thinking that we can access Ped, but what item could actually be there? Suppose Hookshot could be there. That could be something that holds us back. Is this going to be a hover seed? I don't think there's any other item that could be on Ped that would hold us back. Sword. I suppose a sword is possible as well. So we're doing our fake flute to check Hype Cave. Unfortunately, this is going to lead to nothing. So Hyruler definitely needs to go get that fire rod so that they can start doing more Dark World things with the Moon Pearl. And yeah, Dawn needs to make a dip into Pod, which he's doing right now, so that he can get the Quake so he can do Mire. Hyruler needs to go to Mire Shed so that he can get Fire Rod so that he can go back to Ice Palace to get the Moon Pearl. Although, he has Quake. I'm not sure, but he could go to Mire area and open up Mire and just go in there now, instead of waiting for... Looks like he's going to the Mire area, so he's going to get his Fire Rod, but if you did that, that would open up a lot. You could check Mire. If Hookshot happens to be there, I'm just kind of thinking, how possible is it to do this seed without Moon Pearl? You're eventually going to have to go back to Ice anyway, so you are going to get it. But it's like, can you like continue to do a lot of dungeons? Vidi is rough. That is true. No bow. So no easy strats for there. Just fighter sword. Or hammer. Which, neither of those is good. Decent amount of health in Blue Mail do make it not the worst fight in the world, but definitely not something you're wanting to do. But yeah, that's what I would definitely do. I would open up Mire. No, don't go in. Open up Mire first. Open up Mire, and then check Mire Shed, and then go back into Mire and actually do Mire. And then from there, you can also open up Hera. I'm not sure how much you're going to want to open up Swamp. I mean, we could have... Well, we do need to open up Swamp, so it's probably good to do that. Like, beat Mire, then go to Hera, beat Hera, then go to Swamp, open up Swamp. So, doing that would help Hyruler stay in this race, because having that Moon Pearl put off is definitely an unfortunate situation. But you always want to be trying to clear dungeons. You don't want lack of items to stop you from progressing towards the goal of 7 crystals. Yeah, question in the chat about using potions in Samaria to like do door glitches. That is not allowed in this mode. No transition corruptions, no wrong warps, and things like that. That is allowed in no logic though, but for this category, not allowed. We still have the major question of where our swords are. Are they hiding in Mire? The top of GT? Left side Swamp? We've still got a lot of seed to play, so... Just a little bit past our hour mark. Alright, Hyruler taking out our Landmolas. Just a 20. First crystal for Hyruler. I know, that's definitely a feels bad man. An hour 6 in and you get your first crystal? That is not good. I would not feel good in that situation. So I'm pretty sure Hyruler feels very far behind if that's the case. I believe Dawn got his first crystal only around like the 35-minute mark. But you can't let that kind of stuff get too much in your head. Kind of like, if it's a terrible seed, then you think, hopefully it's a terrible seed for the other runner too, and that they didn't make some god routing choice to just do everything. So you can't let things like that get in your head too much. You gotta get in that race mentality, right? Yeah. Like mentioned in the chat, hour in and getting your first sword also is a feels bad man moment. I played a seed yesterday where I was maybe an hour 10 minutes in and still never found a sword. I just bailed because I was not having fun. That's why I didn't enter the tournament. If a seed annoys me, I just want to bail. So, we're entering our Mire's area. Let's see what items pop up. If anything good is here. Items we're looking for, swords. The hook shot is very important. I guess that's it. Swords and hook shot. Dawn got his Quake, so he's just looking for swords and hook shot as well. We just need technically one more sword. But yeah, when you get a seat like this, you just know it's terrible for everyone. Also want to just say, shout outs to our runners. Make sure to follow them. They're both putting on a good show, a good race. Oh, this is a very scary situation. Wanting that fairy, but these skullheads just saying no. Ah, that's the command. Okay. No swords, no hook shot left yet in Mire. Of course, there could be... I don't remember what the item layout was, if we got the 2 items in... I think we only got 1 item, the shield here in Skullwood, so I think there's an item in the back as well. Doing our cutscene chest. Doing cutscene chest is more appealing in HMG, just because it allows us to do the bomb clip to Hera, because we need to move that wall to do so. We were actually just talking about it in the Discord, how when this clip was first found, a lot of people were struggling because they would use the preset in the practice hat before the wall was moved, and they thought the bomb clip was impossible. So, it's important. You need to move that wall before you can do that clip. So putting off the movable wall there, not so common. Alright, here's our fighter sword. This is my least favorite boss in the entire game, has caused me a large amount of stress from the categories I run. And it will cause me more too. But staying low, shooting fire rot shots. Luckily was able to prevent a lot of the spike damage. And our 3rd shield! Oh boy! I don't know why I sound so excited. That's not an exciting thing. Alright, we just gotta get the... Oh, we need to reload this super tile so the bridge is back. Game trolling us a little bit, giving us this big key right there. The mirror shield is generally not liked because it makes seeing the sprites a little harder. Oh no, Hyruler. He bonked and then was not able to catch up to the bridge, has to reload this super tile again. Yeah. Could have just saved time by hovering the entire gap, right? Oh no! Oh. Some slashes of anger. You just gotta take a deep breath. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. Don't tilt. Definitely in a seed like this where things are definitely grinding on you, that little stuff like that can really cause you to tilt. And I think this is maybe a sign of being a little tilted there. So I'm surprised Hyruler didn't... I guess he's going to Hera instead of going towards Vitreous. This is definitely not the best loadout for... Vitreous, so I can understand skipping it. But at the same time, I am a little worried that it's going to be a little difficult to get back here since he doesn't have the Moon Pearl. In my opinion, it would be better to try and do that fight. Of course, in his mind, maybe Moon Pearl is up here, the top of Hera. Well, no. Mire's not in logic, because you can't open it up. The overworld link state isn't in logic, so you shouldn't think that. So we're gonna open that up. Open up the open up this key to the basement. Probably open up the big chest, or the big key door up 1 floor. I feel like you should, because it's very dangerous to get this chest. If this happens to be the big key for Hera, then you're going to have to, like, walk out and then get that chest. So, no, hookshot can be here. That is true. I wonder if he's thinking he knows that Moon Pearl is on Cold Stare. And then knowing that this is in logic. Or if you're just saying, forget the logic, I'm just doing checks. But yeah, I just don't want to see Hyruler get this big key chest and then mirror out, because that would be very bad. So you'd have to come and do this clip again. But it's very possible that the big key is here, or on Moldorm. I don't think I've gotten it yet. Okay, it's just an item. So the big key's on Moldorm. But we definitely want to open that door upstairs. I'm wondering if you beat Moldorm in this state. I would feel like maybe not. You can beat him and then not get the crystal. A rare no specky clip swamp. Indeed. Alright. Big key door is open. That's kind of one of the most important things. Since we don't have hookshot, we can't Hera pot, so we need some way to get back up there. Man, where are these swords? It's very possible for them to be in pendant dungeons. I mean, we could have like 2 swords sitting in Thieves Town or something. So, even through all of this, we haven't had any pendant dips yet, aside from Pod. I guess we did dip Eastern, but those can be on, like we said, pendant dungeons or on pedestal. I'm not sure if getting this key is the best choice. Since you're in Mire State, I feel like it's good to save that. We had the 1 key. Or did we need a key? I'm not sure if we opened up that small key door in the spike room. Not the worst thing in the world. We can still get to Vitreous from like the big key door. A little slower, but meh. It's just I don't think we really need this Mire key, so might as well not pick up an extra one to use here. Sometimes when you're running, though, you don't think about that. You're just thinking so much about your execution and what you need to do next that you forget about keys. So we're just going to mirror and now take on Vitreous. So many Mire dungeon items. We got like 3 maps and 2 compasses or something. But yeah, this is quite the seed. This is not some easy jet seed for sure. This is definitely one of those grinding through. Seeds in glitch categories like HMG can definitely be major swings where it could be like the fastest seed you've ever had, or it's going to be some 2-hour drudge through like the worst choices in the world. Alright, throwing the block into the hole, setting up the AD Spooky. A little different from the NMG style Spooky, but I do believe a lot of Swamp is in Logic, though, so our swords and or hookshot could be there. We can't beat Swamp, though, so it's kind of not the best. Didn't quite get the setup. Oh no! Stalfos in the way. I feel like at this point it might be better just to bomb the... Oh, we got it. Alright, we're going to have our Vitreous fight. We're going to use this powder to get us some health. Oh, we're going to have a synced Vitreous fight. We're both right here. I was so focusing on Hyruler so much, I didn't realize Dawn going through. Let's see what we've got. I believe Dawn has the blue cane, which could be a little different. And he has the bow. Dawn is at a much better position for what he can do. Uh-oh. You don't want to take hits from these eyeballs. I feel like you have 30 arrows. Start using... Oh, no. And Dawn takes the death. Hyruler being a lot... Oh, he has a fairy. Okay, okay. We're good, we're good. Dawn's being a little bit more methodical with avoiding these eyes, but having to do this... Oh. Takes a laser hit. Dawn now using the arrow. I believe from here on you could just use arrows and... dash turn, Dawn, dash turn. That way you won't land into the slime if you stay right aligned with the wall. But I believe to do this bow only, you need 35 arrows. And so since he did a lot of hits with the sword, he should have enough to... This eye is... Need one more. Don't... Oh, that was close. This is such a stressful fight to watch on both sides. Okay, we got into the fight with the 8 arrows. That's going to be an advantage that Hyruler does not have. So it's going to be even harder for him in this phase 2, dealing with the big eye. He's doing really good in this first phase, not taking too much damage though. Alright, phase 2 for Hyruler. I'm so stressed right now, not gonna lie. I believe we need 16 hits with the hammer. I'm not sure how that does with fighter sword. Hammer is definitely the better choice, but... Again, this is a very scary fight. Vitreous does a lot of damage. Alright, we got it! Both runners came through. Whew, I can breathe now. I was scared, not gonna lie. Alright, Dawn's gonna be going over to, Hera. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of Hera. It's like, something with an H, what is it? Alright, I feel like... I'm not sure what the best thing for Hyruler to do is now. We could go back to Hera to beat Hera, we could do Swamp. Like, open up the front, just go in now. So we've got some more choices. Swamp is also feels bad because no hookshot, so you don't want to double dip that now. We have the Fire Rod, so we can go back to Ice as well. So I'm sure he's starting to think about those things. There's TR as well for Hyruler. So he's got a lot of choices, a lot of not good choices. Dawn falls. I think he was wanting to set up the bomb jump, but kind of just fell in. Use the bow. Okay, there it goes. I thought the Samaria beams would go off screen before it reached the switch. I know the bow works at least though, but I learned something new today. Alright, yeah, Hyruler back in Hera to finish this. He can't bow. No arrows. Indeed. So he's just going to open this. I feel like you would want to go into, I guess you can do Swamp from Hera State. You have that extra key, and we have the Key Rat. I know Hyruler set up the Key Rat. I'm not sure if Dawn did, though. Oh, he doesn't have the small key? Huh. I thought the small key was vanilla. Maybe he can borrow some arrows from his opponent. They definitely have... There's a disparity between the two. Or when Dawn was over by the ferry, he should have bought arrows as well, not just bombs. Alright, using our item dash method to get our jump here. That's where the key is. Okay. Nice hook shot. All right, we're getting a little closer. That puts Swamp fully clearable now. Hyruler going to go into the portal here. I don't remember what the medallion was. I'm thinking this is more just to get into the dark world. We can check Hookshot Cave. Also Quake. You're a bunny though. I forgot. No Moon Pearl. So Hookshot Cave is not doable with just a bunny. But our hookshot is very nice. Now Dawn is just in sword go mode. Hyruler still needs the Moon Pearl as well as the sword. So, as of right now, it does seem that Dawn is in the lead. He has more crystals down. Has 6 crystals. Oh, didn't quite get this set up. This is a really nice setup because it's really easy to set up. Just lay the bomb there, and then... I believe this is the bread hero pot. But as I was saying before, Dawn is definitely in the lead right now with 6 crystals. We just have Swamp we need to do. He's going to use this Hera small key to set that up. We're going to do our dash citrus. We need to get in a position 3 pixels up. We dash 2 frames. That was 1. Actually, it was 2. And so we got it. Hyruler going to be making this difficult fighter sword TR trek. Not even going for the... Was Hyruler here earlier? I believe he was. The seed is getting so long, I'm starting to forget what people have done. I do believe Hyruler was here earlier. Did he only did the first few checks? Yeah. With no Fire Rod, no Samaria at the time. I feel like you need at least Samaria before you want to dip. So I'm not sure if the early dip was the best play. It could lead to things, but we were desperate for the Moon Pearl at the time, so it's not a crazy choice. Alright, so Dawn's going to reload the dungeon in Swamp State. We got to flood it as well, though. And he'll be heading off to his final boss. We still need this sword, though. So, best case scenario, it pops up somewhere here in Swamp, like top of GT. Worst case scenario, it still could be Ped. I mean, there's still 3 swords in the pool, so... Or tucked away in Thieves Town or something. Green Pendant. We've got a lot of places that swords can be terrible, so... Definitely not out of the woods yet. Not to mention, we're going to have to do a Master Sword Ganon. If we end up only finding 1 sword, so... This seed still has a lot of joy to bring. Alright, here's our Specky clip. Literally just lay a bomb down. Oh, didn't quite get it. Just get in the corner, lay the bomb down, walk into it while it explodes, and you hook through. Shoutouts to the runner Specky for finding that out. I always love finding new clips and things like that. I'm still surprised we're learning new things about this game over 30 years later. I always think, there can't be any more clips. There can't be any more glitches. And lo and behold, there's more. Once again, also lamenting that I'll never have a technique named after me. I just need to keep playing, right? I'll get it. Alright, Dawn going straight to the back, not checking left side. I guess that means we're going to have our hammer. Hammer Argus. Very nice Samaria setup. Oh, there's our sword. that is go mode. So forget what I said about the hammer Argus fight. I feel like you should probably still make some checks. You want to find silvers or tempered, because Master Sword Ganon is not nice. It seems that the Specky clip is sub-pixel dependent, which I was not aware of. Alright. We more than likely have our hammer Trinex. No one wants to do Fighter Sword Trinex, right? So double boss fights going on. One head down, slowly killing these Argai. The double hook strats. Not easy to do. I always end up poking the first one when I try to do this, so I just do single puffs. Hyruler just pelting this head with Fire Rod shot. Not even going to worry about the hammer. Definitely better to use a hammer here than a spin, though, I would think, but I don't think the Fighter Sword spin damage is worth it. Be careful. We do have blue mail, but Trinex still does 3 hearts of damage. Our runners both take out our bosses, though. So, Trinex down and Argus down. Hyruler gets that bow. Wondering if he's going to be more worried about the bow-locked things like Pod or Eastern, Green Pendant, and that puts Ped in logic for him as well. But Dawn making the GT climb. Now, we've already got our big key and things, so it's just our climb up, Aga 2 fight. We'll see where Hyruler is going next. Maybe ice from this position. Yeah, not making the swamp play, it seems. So yeah, back in the ice to beat that. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with that Moon Pearl. Oh. Wait, where did we get tempered? I missed that. Was that like ether or something? I was watching this entry into ice, so I missed that. Very nice. So that makes things a lot easier. Tempered Sword, it makes Ganon a lot easier. And we've got a lot of health. What is that? 15 hearts? Plus red mail. So should be no issues with this seed. At least from the point here, it seems Dawn's got this in the bag. It would take a lot of mishaps to have Hyruler catch up. It's also unfortunate to have a sword behind a sword. The ether tablet and all. Alright. Which means it's now all commentary on execution as we have our gauntlet. With half magic, just using these fire rod shots to just obliterate these Stalfos. G2, one of my least favorite rooms in the game, because if one thing goes wrong, then the Stalfos just jump, like, all over the world. Pretty solid GT, or gauntlet. Gonna get this health here. I feel like maybe not needed, but alright, we got our Samaria Lamolas too. Do we got it? Takes a hit. It's always so cool to see when that goes well. But 2-cycle, so still good. Hyruler finally falling into this cold stare fight. Not going to be happy. And it's really unfortunate that like Bombos wasn't somewhere to make this a little easier. Of course, half magic, just pelting them with fire rot shots. We have one more, gotta wait for these puffs to die before switching to hammer or a better weapon. Here we are. Taking a lot of hits here. Want to be a little careful. We do have blue mail at a lot of hearts, but you don't want to... Damage can build up pretty fast if you're not paying attention, so... Alright. Hey, are we going to check for silvers, or are we just going straight over? Just going straight over. Oh no, we're checking. Okay, never mind. Oh, there's the Bombos. Flashes of excitement to get the Moon Pearl, of course. Oh boy, oh joy. But that makes things easier. Probably going to go to... My internet had a little bit of issue there. Sorry about that, but... Or maybe it's the stream. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going into the Aga 2 fight here now, where Hyruler is going to be going into Swamp. I don't think they, flooded the dam before, like, safe quitting. I wasn't able to see. That would have been a better choice to do it that way. Actually, I'm not sure. At this point, probably both are fine. Pretty solid Aga too. Although I feel like instead of doing this clip, just going into the Dark World, you have Mitt's Moon Pearl Hammer, just use the portal near there. That probably would have been a lot faster. Sometimes you get so used to thinking, I need to do glitchy HMG stuff, that you don't realize, oh yeah, the NMG way might be faster once you start getting all the items, so. Alright, into the Ganon fight. We missed the Trident Sword spin, so not 1-1, but he's in the corner for phase 2, which is good, so we can just get our spins. Alright. Taking a few hits, but with red mail and 16 hearts, it's not too much to worry about. Switching to the lamp to do the torch glitch because you don't want to mess that up. The fire rod timing can be a little tough, so... A little warpy here, but not too bad. All right. Getting fight going good so far. Just one or two more spins, I think. I haven't been counting, but... I never count the spins, I just spin until he dies. Alright, and there it is, Ganon is down. And so, let's get our GGs in chat for Dawn. Not the nicest seeds. It was really good gameplay from him, good routing and things. Tough seed for sure. Seems like this is why I didn't join the tournament. Alright, but Hyruler gets Argus down. We just have Skull Woods now. Skullwood should be an easy cleanup. Probably save and quit, go to Sank, run to the portal in Kakariko. Or maybe seeing that Dawn is finished, I think he might just choose to forfeit. Yeah, it seems that that's the case. Understandable. I would be tilted by this seed. I would not want to keep playing a whole nother dungeon, GT climb, and Ganon. So, but GG's to Hyruler as well. This was not a good seed. So, they played very well. Hopefully our runners could come in for an interview. That'd be nice. All right, Dawn, congratulations on the win.
This seed, I did not like it at all. I found that there right away. I'm like, I can use this to go to dark CAC and then work my way into CAC that way. Then I realized that I'm not good. And after that, I just kind of like, all right, I'll just do my normal standard routing. Like the early game didn't really pan out up until I found all the stuff to complete Ice Palace, and then getting Moon Pearl off of the boss was like, all right, you know what? I may have not done well early, but that might have put me ahead.
Yeah, the Moon Pearl on Cold Stare actually was pretty big for you. I guess it was more the choice of going to the Meyer Shed to get the Fire Rod. Because Hyruler ended up doing Ice relatively early, but didn't have the Fire Rod at the time. So wasn't able to actually get the Moon Pearl. And Hyruler didn't get the Moon Pearl until very late, maybe like an hour 20 into the seed.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could have done. Like, I'm kind of glad I kind of noped out after finding a sword and the Quake. Otherwise, I was kind of committed to just doing the pedestal.
Yeah, we were talking about that hookshot or maybe another sword could have been on Ped.
And the other thing I disliked was finding my first sword an hour in, and then I couldn't even grab it.
Oh yeah, also an unfortunate thing. That was one thing Hyruler had. He had the sword a lot earlier. He made a much earlier pod dip. I saw you were trying to do that, but then that Moldorm got in the way.
Yeah. Once again, that's another thing of the I'm not good enough, where I realized I don't have anything to see in the dark room.
Oh yeah, the pod dark rooms are not easy without a sword or something to guide you. So, was there any point in the seed where you felt more behind, or that you were starting to be a bit worried?
Just at the very start. Like I said, once I got that Moon Pearl, I felt really confident in that I had like a good lead. It wasn't until like trying to find a sword and the hook shot is where I'm like, all right, it can go either way because it fits in any pendant dungeon, you know, I could be behind just like that, like Hookshot in Thieves Town or something.
Yeah.
That could have just changed the game, flipped the other way.
Indeed. It was really lucky that there was a sword on Ether as well, just right there on the way.
Yeah. I forgot that I even had to do GT until I'm like, how come my timer says I've only completed 7 dungeons, not 8? And I'm like, oh wait, I can just go to GT. I was gonna grab that sword no matter what. I feel like I'd be too slow with Master Sword Silverless. That I
Yeah.
think the time investment to just save and quit to the mountain, grab it, then go back. But it was
Okay.
along the way, so it was even better.
Yeah. Master Sword Ganon is not a fun fight. Granted, you had red mail and like 16 hearts, so you had a bit of buffer to like if there's any mistakes, but it's still just really long and grueling, and no one wants to do that. But I guess this moves you on to the next round. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm against MM2.
Ah, yes. Very good runner. Way back in the Overworld Glitches Mentor Tournament, that's who I lost to, so...
That tournament I took second. So, you know, maybe I can pull that off again and, you know, get a little bit further.
I just remember in that tournament during the kind of like the pre-bracket stages, I like won almost every match, and then I just lose first round, so it's kind of surprising. But hey, sometimes you just get randoed. But I'm excited to see future matches of yours for Hyruler as well, and keeping up with this tournament. It's been fun to watch so far. But any final thoughts on the seed or anything you'd like to say?
Geez, to my opponent, our seeds, like all 3 seeds are pretty bad. Like we had 2 Ega seeds in a row, and then like we got this, and then I ruined so many prediction brackets winning this round. But
Fantastic.
I'm just happy to be here. I saw 2C join, so I'm like, I gotta join 2C. I gotta have some fun. And
Right.
dusted off the old controller and hop back in.
Well, I'm happy to see you in the tournament as well. I'm a bit too busy to join a tournament, so... But I can do commentary while I can, when I'm free.
I say thank you for commentating. I'm gonna watch this back right away, and thank you, other Tom, for tracking, and our restreamer. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely shout out to SpeedGaming in general, all the work they do to put in all these great speedrunning events and hosting it, streaming it. Other Tom, thank you as well for the tracking. It's not easy to track. So, appreciate everyone organizing the tournament and all the runners willing to put on a good show, even when we get terrible seeds like this. All right, but I think that'll wrap things up for everything. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And I guess we'll see you in the future for more exciting HMG matches. So make sure to check the schedules for things for that. With that, I'm signing off. See you next time.